But
Last week we made a video where I just stumbled upon Destiny for the first time and watched his debate with Richard Wolff. And my main takeaway was that why the hell is Destiny so rude? So I'm not going to talk about that again. And a bunch of people comment. Yeah, go ahead.
I like to add a caveat. I did watch the whole thing. I didn't watch it last week. I would say I do understand his. It can get frustrating when somebody's talking and talking and talking for a long time, and you're in a debate and you're like trying to get a point. I mean, I don't. I think he was rude, and I think he was not in the right in any of the arguments. But I can understand why sometimes people get frustrated if somebody talks a lot,
Yeah,
because I
fair
do talk
enough.
a
No, and that was
lot.
some of the people were saying that. So some of the people who didn't agree with Destiny in our comment section, they were like, "But come on, you have to admit that Richard Wolff was just lecturing a bit too much." Um,
Yeah, I think
so
there was.
sure, but let's put that aside for a second. So I watched another debate that Destiny's had for this week, and this one was with Michael Brooks. And I was like shocked. So he wasn't rude whatsoever to Michael Brooks in this one. He let Michael. So many people commented that this was like an episode of the Michael Brooks show because it was just Michael Brooks talking, and Destiny would like be taking notes the whole time. I mean, you think he was in some kind of chat. He was like taking notes, and then like 1 second, like Michael Brooks stopped, and Destiny's like, wait 1 second, let me finish this. But then he would talk again for like a second, like he would just speak and say a few things. But I was surprised with the approach. Now his approach has changed, so maybe people can tell us because of how badly he thinks he lost. Maybe in the Michael Brooks show, he thinks, with the Michael Brooks debate, he thinks he has to assert himself more. But one thing I realized, and this is kind of my main take, is that Destiny's politics are far from being horrible. Like he's like pretty much a bit on the. Sorry, did you say
He's a
something? I
Joe
didn't hear
Biden.
you.
No, no, I was just saying he's a Joe Biden sort of
He's even a bit
Democrat.
left to the Joe Biden, if anything. Like he made it seem like he definitely thought, with Michael Brooks at least, that there is something wrong with the healthcare system, for instance, and something more towards a universal, public, free for all would definitely be the good option. Although he said, some things I would agree that, like we throw around these polls about Medicare saying like X% of people agree, maybe it's not the case. But whatever. And this debate was supposed to be just about the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Remember the TPP? So
Ah, yeah.
such a like now it seems like such a weird thing to just have debate on something a bit small and one issue. Although back then it was a big thing when when Trump killed it and everything. But yeah, his politics are not bad at all. But the way that he opposes like progressive and like more progressive than him or more leftist views. He is like so ferocious in the way that he opposes them. You would think that he's like a full out libertarian and like, or like some kind of really right wing person. But like,
One,
if,
one,
sorry?
one of the commentators wrote that he's been described as a Ben Shapiro of liberals or something.
Yeah,
So maybe that, yeah, that's the thing. Maybe
that's the
he's just,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
his style is very,
So it's just
yeah.
his exactly. It's his style and stuff. You think like, oh my god, the way he's opposing it, like he's for sure, pro-slavery. Like if you ask him, just like the level with which he would like oppose anything that has to do with like socialism or progressive. So just interesting, and I wonder if the viewers can tell us a little bit more if the way he talks and like his approach has changed. And another viewer wrote that he's kind of like a pro debater now, like that's what he does. He goes around debating, and maybe it's unfair, maybe he doesn't categorize himself as just a debater, maybe he thinks he debates in politics and stuff. But isn't that weird to just be like like I know as a kid in high school you do like debate things where it's just about the skills and improving your debate skills, but just debating about everything and anything makes kind of no sense. I mean, maybe you'll be into debating in a specific issue or topic, but if you're just debating about anything, that means you're just using your debate techniques and tactics to hopefully win a debate, but you're not adding anything content wise because there's no way you know about everything to just go around debating. I'm not saying that's what he does, but just being like a debate kind of person makes little sense to me.
I mean, that's a whole, I mean, fine. I mean, if you want to take a very negative view, I guess it's it's a whole market for it. There's a whole market for it. So,
Yeah, but you
that
need
makes
like yeah,
well.
it's just
And I do think, to be fair, he does probably focus on gaming and politics. So,
yeah,
like, he focuses on the things he knows. But if you look at if you look at gaming or movies or basic critics, a lot of times do debates, movie critics or something. So I think, yeah, debating is very popular with the people. So I can see a lot of people just wanting to do that
yeah,
for profit or for attracting a bigger audience or
yeah.
that type of thing.
No, fair enough. And I know very little of him. I mean, I've literally just watched these two videos of him and what people have written a bit in the comment section just to get know. But yeah, that's my latest take on on Destiny.
Destiny.
Is that he's not the worst person at all when it comes to his politics. It's just the way he opposes progressives and leftists. And then
In that
have you seen his debate with Burgess by any chance?
No, but I did that came to through my feed. So I think, yeah, because I watched the Richard Wolff one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that's a newer one, right? That's happens after Richard Wolff.
No, no, with Ben Burgess. No, he has multiple apparently, and there's one where they play clips of it on
Yeah.
the Michael Brooks show before. I mean, before he passed away. So I think he's done a few debates. So maybe that's the next one I'll watch.
All right. Yeah,
What
that
happens?
would
So
be.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. See. To be fair, we should probably, if we want to deep dive on Destiny or whatever, we should read his blog or whatever, or I'm
yeah,
sure he writes his opinion Twitter account or something.
yeah. Just a little bit more without poisoning ourselves. But okay, that's all I got on Destiny. Do you want to move on to Progressive Voice?